realistically, how often would it be practical and sustainable to offer this support?
I think again, because realistically, because we're teaching you, so this is what I advocate. Okay. So I advocate to work myself out of your organization within 90 days, kind of thing.
Right.
So realistically, one of the first things I'm going to teach all managers in your organization is some basic coaching skills, and how to use the grow model, and how to have those conversations. So realistically, this is affordable and sustainable for so long as you employ managers who are
Mm-hmm.
willing to listen and to take 30 minutes out of their day to help a colleague. So,
Mm-hmm.
it should become self-perpetuating and self-sustaining, and it should become a part of the fabric of your culture. Where it becomes unsustainable is where it is external
Mm-hmm.
and it is costing you money. So I've worked with organizations that have gone on to actually employ up to 5 full-time life coaches on their staff and have a formal life coaching program for all their employees as a benefit, you
Mm.
know. Um, but what I want to see is, I want to see every manager, actually every employee, eventually learning coaching skills. Everyone is a coach. You can get assistance and coaching from anyone at any time.
Right.
All you need is willingness to listen and ask the right questions, and that vulnerability and that empathy. And then it becomes self-sustaining.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no limit, because there's
Right.
always going to be someone who's available to listen and help you reflect and help you solve your problem.
And what I got from is that is perhaps part of the calculus that should be brought in terms of pricing. That is saying, not only are we doing A, B, and C, but project into the future the lost money or the lost productivity. Basically, since we're basically training ourselves out of your organization by training you
Mm.
into that capacity.
Mm.
What is a future projected cost savings to you to use that as an anchor? Because it's going to be massive. Use that
Yeah.
as an anchor to say, by us doing not only what we're doing and using the technology that we are, but basically training you to move us out of your organization within roughly 90 days. Here is all the additional money you'll save because we don't have to come back and save your butts. That has additional value, and use that as part of the anchoring, not just for the
Mm.
basis, but for the ongoing, and saying, and a fractional cut of whatever. And one of the things that I find really interesting is when you propose the idea of the performance based, well, we can't do that. It's like, so in other words, if your profits go up by 20%, you would rather take 0% than give away 10% of 20%. Let's say you get
Of 20% you
2%.
weren't ever going to have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's found money because the extra results you've got. So it's
Yes.
literally money you didn't have. So you would rather
Yeah.
keep 100% of zero
Yeah.
than 90% of a lot more, of which we have the accountability, because if nothing increases that profit, we make
We get nothing.
nothing.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's a win all around, but it's interesting because, that game has been played. There's a sense of fairness where people would rather take zero than give half of $10.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's also, I mean, look, that model has been tried and tested in the legal fraternity, where
Mm-hmm.
you work on a contingency,
Mm-hmm.
um, and if I don't, no win, no fee, if I don't win for you, then I don't get paid,
Right.
so if I help you win the lotto, will you give me 40% of your winnings,
Mm-hmm.
for helping you win, and if I don't help you win, if you don't win, I get nothing and you get nothing. It's simple.
Mm-hmm.
And some people will go for that and others won't.
Yeah.
And I think, again, that's where we need to be adaptable and agile and say, well, we've got 2 pricing models, you know.
Right. That's
Model
kind of what
one
I
is the
like.
box standard, and model 2 is this. And knowing what we know now about what we can do for model 2 and performance-based pricing, actually maybe we need to increase model 1's pricing to compensate for the fact that some people aren't going to go for that. So yeah, you've given me a lot to think about.
The reason that I don't want my guests to know the questions or prefer. I've had requests for the questions. It's sort of like if this is your area and you are an expert in this, if you're knowledgeable in it, you shouldn't need the questions.
Yeah, I can talk about it, you know, till the cows come home. Yes.
And if you can't, then maybe it's not a good match for the interview. Exactly. That's my point. Okay, so then the next one is